Okay, hey, so I've made a couple different wallet designs that I think you might really enjoy. So I've got them out in front of me. I'll put them up to the camera, kind of show you the designs, what we're working with here. So basically you start really simple, size of a regular card. So the idea that we're working with is a wrap style wallet. So it's gonna be something like that tenor goods you sent me. So effectively, starting off, kind of like a traditional wallet that we're starting with is the Wrangler style wallet. So I've sent you a couple of these already. So effectively, it is a front pocket bifold, like a vertical bifold, with an exterior pocket outside. So the way this works is you have your cards vertical, and then it can carry cash twice folded in any of the pockets. Okay. So this is obviously not really the direction we want to go. Potentially we could get a snap in there, so connecting these 2 points, and that way it stays nice and snapped. But there's quite a bit of stitching involved on this. We have 2 larger lines of stitching, so the time frame can be a little bit long on this one. So then kind of moving into more of the minimalist style, I made this a few years ago. I pulled it out, and I have a few different, just not very many of these, but I can remake one as well. So this one is kind of a rip of the Insider wallet from Craft and Lore. So similar in style, about the same size. We're looking at a vertical bifold. Now instead, when you open it, you have this one side pocket vertical just like the other one, but we also have a vertical pocket here that your cards fit in differently. So this is like where I would put my license or something of that effect. You also have a hidden pocket back here, so this is where I would put my credit cards, maybe my insurance cards, something like that. And then obviously we have our outside access pocket, very similar to this. So this, again, fits cash twice folded. If you can do the twice folded back behind your ID or your main pocket, you could fit it in here. Now, if once folded, so let's open that up a little bit. Once folded, I can get it inside the wallet, but it doesn't fit super nicely. So if you notice, I've got it tucked in as much as I can, but it does fold a little bit there, or has a little excess. So if it folds, if you have a lot of bills, then it's gonna crease those eventually. So some people don't like that, but if it works, it works. So then we go on to my personal design. So I actually pulled out one of my older designs for this. This is called a Maverick. It's already up on my website, but effectively it's like a cross. So essentially it has one top piece, one bottom piece, and 2 wings that come out and they fold and then fold up. I don't have my outside, like my actual demo piece on me, but basically the way this works is you have 2 pockets, one on the top, one on the front, and then effectively this functions as your top loader minimalist style wallet. So I can throw my cards in there. Let's do that a little bit so you can see it in action. I've designed this about 2 years ago, a little bit longer than that. And I haven't had wild success with it simply because I don't market it super heavily. But again, it's still a very functioning wallet. Let's grab some of my extra cards lying around. Preferably not any old credit cards. That'd be less than ideal. So anyway, this will stretch a little bit over time. This is something I've sold at my markets many times, but definitely can be modified. So I have like about 7 to 8 cards in the back, and then I can fit about 1 to 2. Again, cash twice folded, fits in the front. So it gets you right there, or I can get it in the back. Now this also has a thumb slide feature. So what I can do is I can kind of rotate through my cards. So check this out. I can kind of file through, pick the one, I want that one, pull it right out. So this is something that I have carried a little while. It's nice. I would say the only thing I don't like about it is since it's a top loader and there's nothing kind of protecting that, if you do pull it out upside down and it gets loose, then potentially all your stuff falls out. It's held in with tension, so that's pretty well tensioned. I'm not really holding that together. Okay, I'm really shaking it now. Okay, so yeah, it's a pretty good demo. This stays pretty well. However, if I only remove, let's say 2 or 3 cards, well, all my tension is gone. So that's just one thing I advise my customers when they buy this wallet. Don't overfill it. Only use what you're gonna use. So it's designed for people to get out of their big chunky wallets into something really small. So this is gonna be the Wrangler. This is gonna be more that middle ground I'm not really committed to the minimalist style thing yet, but we're gonna do this top one. Now, this is the one I just made for you. We're gonna call this the Kerrigan for now. Just figured it would make sense. So this is kind of what I was thinking about. It's drawing a little bit of inspiration with one stitch line down the back here. So definitely want to kind of do a wrap style, add in a stamp or add in a button or a snap. I like the snap feature, nice little, haptic thing for people to fidget with or mess around with. The scale is a little bit big, but definitely going to send this off to you, see how it works for you. But effectively, it's an L shape. So it's going to be like this. It folds into itself and then the top part folds over. Really easy. So check this out. So we got one main pocket. We have a stitch line right there. And this is what holds that first piece together. And then it folds over like this. So imagine an L, you put one window and then fold the other window, stitch it, set your stamp, and then this is the top piece that folds straight over. So this front portion is not very functional for holding any cards. Like I can't fit anything here, but it's just an over the top fold. So this first component right here probably will carry a maximum, let's stuff it really full. I want to see how many I can get in there. I think I can get about 9 or 10. Okay, so we'll get about 9 or 10 cards in there, and I think that's gonna work for you the best. Now, since this one has a top flap, I don't really care how much it stretches or if I overfill it or underfill it. It's gonna remain the same. There's a bit of an allowance between my stitch line here and my, my cards right here. Now, thought also modifying this a little bit and then adding a thumb slide right on the front. So I'll make a second version, and I'll show you, of this with a thumb slide. So at least my cards are a little more accessible, because right now I gotta, kind of pick in here and do that. This is large enough, this is the first design so far, that's large enough on the back to actually accommodate bills that are just folded once, because some people don't really want to fold their bills twice. So again, this would be kind of a middle of the road. We're not fully away from a bifold, more like we're halfway there, okay? So looking at that right there. I can also twice fold this, fit it in the front pouch, no problem. I can also pull it back out, twice fold it, put it in the back, right like this, and it still keeps its shape. Definitely kind of integrating that angular form, kind of doing some cutaways